Hey, what is going on, Twintendo Nation? James of Twintendo here. Today I've got a brand new Super Mystery Dungeon video for you guys. Today we're going to be looking at the exploration team from Super Mystery Dungeon in more detail. If you guys don't know what this team is, it's basically like the new guild, so it's very similar to the one in Explorers of Time, Darkness and Sky, but this one's made up of 8 members, and it's more of, I'd say the guild was like kind of like a family and you guys doing jobs together. This one is more you're like a team and you work together, whereas the guild is more of you live under the same roof. This looks very, very interesting. Now before we get into the video, common question of the day: do you like the Pokemon trading card game? Basically, the only reason I ask this is because I've been literally addicted, watching unboxings and stuff. It's really fun to see what YouTubers get. And I've actually bought a couple of booster boxes and I've done an unboxing that's coming tomorrow. And even if you don't like them, I'm pretty sure you guys will really, really enjoy it, see what I get. And I just want to know how many people who are subscribed here just actually like watching that kind of stuff, because I know a lot of you guys are subscribed for Super Mystery Dungeon stuff, which is awesome. I've got no problems with that at all, but I'm just wondering, I just want to know how many of you guys like it. So comment down below if you have an opinion on it, and let's get straight into the video. And so what we're going to be doing today in this video is looking at each guild member or team member in more detail. So we're going to start off with their leader, which is Ampharos. Now she is the Pokemon team leader, as I said, the Pokemon exploration team leader. And basically I just translated every little bit of information I have out of all of these characters. So some have a lot to say and some don't. So Ampharos relies and trusts the other team members in the team, which that's an important part of working in a team. So not too surprising, but it's good to see like a team leader relying on other members. They don't think of themselves too highly. They're multitasking, all stylish, and brilliantly rides out any difficulty. So that's a bit of translation, it sounds a bit off. But what that really means is that Ampharos can, take on multiple tasks. It's quite stylish apparently. And what it means by brilliantly rides out any difficulty, I think it just means Ampharos can, take on any difficulty of any dungeon, any mission. Pretty reliable by the sounds of it, and a powerful Pokemon. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Ampharos. Also, apparently Ampharos has no sense of direction, and we see her outside Serene Village and then inside Serene Village. She looks quite confused, and I just wonder, did she end up in Serene Village by accident, and then, she accidentally comes across the heroes, and then you go with her to YY Town, I think it's called, the place with the exploration team. We still don't have an English name for that town, but I'll just refer to it as that for now. And, it could be just luck that you end up there, or she may actually seek you out specifically because she is outside Serene Village, and maybe she's trying to recruit us, I guess, the main characters. I don't know, it's going to be very interesting. And the final piece of information about Ampharos is that she has a mischievous side to her. So that's going to be interesting to see, what that actually means in the context of the game. But anyway, let's move on to the next team member, which is Morwile. Now Morwile is the archaeologist for the investigation team. And like Ampharos, has a deep trust for other team members, so, can rely on other team members. That is all we've got from Morwile so far. There really wasn't much information, but I feel like they're going to be an important character, and they've got loads of books in their room, so like a library. I wonder if we're going to find out any past information about the old Mystery Dungeon games in there, maybe a few Easter eggs. That'd be really cool. But moving on, we're going to go to Jirachi, which is probably some of you guys' favourite investigation team member. So Jirachi is the astronomer of the exploration team. It's kind of interesting to have a legendary on your team. And basically it reads the sun's orbit and the star of life. I don't know what the star of life is. These are just translations. Obviously the star of life, I honestly don't know. Could be the sun, but I doubt it. So they've already mentioned the sun's orbit. So we'll see what that is, hopefully. And maybe it's just like I said, a translation error. But anyway, it's a natural genius, natural born genius, just really smart. And when it falls asleep, however, it's really hard to wake up. So I know that there's probably going to be some comedy moments when you're talking to Jirachi, and it'll fall asleep and you literally can't talk to it for a long time or something. And apparently it has a bad sleeping posture, which I know it's it's floating when it sleeps, so I'm not sure how bad that is for sleeping posture, but yeah, it can't be too comfy. But that's all we know about Jirachi. But I'm thinking, because obviously legendary Pokemon are turning into stone, I wonder if Jirachi will eventually turn into stone, because I hope it does, because I think that it will definitely give a sense of panic to the team, that maybe your team's vulnerable. That'd be really interesting. But moving on to my personal favourite of the exploration team is Weasel. Now Weasel is in charge of underwater search and adventures for the exploration team, and compared to the main characters, Weasel's a bit older, probably I don't know, probably 1 or 2 years older, so he's kind of seen as a senior to them, the main characters, so they kind of look up to him, and he looks out for the main characters, which I really like to hear. Kind of similar to Grovile in a way, but I wouldn't go that far just yet because I don't know what Weasel's like, but he seems to really care for, you know, the main characters and all look out for us, so I'm really looking forward to meeting Weasel, definitely. But anyway, let's move on to the 5th member, which is Archon. Now, Archon is assigned to explore the skies, which is pretty ironic because Archon can't actually fly, I'm pretty sure, so honestly don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll wait and see, I guess. And it's a good-natured Pokemon, and it looks after the main characters like Weasel. That is all we know about Archon, but we've seen some screenshots of it, like showing you Lapras and stuff. I think it'll probably show you around because it's even at the Pelipper place. I don't even know what that place is yet. I mean, we know it's where you get your like Wonder Mails and stuff, but we don't really know why Archon's there. So it's most likely Archon will show you that place, and then you'll be able to use that feature. I don't know, but basically Archon seems to be a really good Pokemon like Weasel, and I'm looking forward to meeting them as well. Next up, we move to a really interesting Pokemon, Dedenne. Now, it seems that this Pokemon doesn't really go out on explorations, and I'll explain why. Basically, Dedenne is a head of communication for the team, and it stays in touch with members who are out on, you know, explorations, investigations, and it does this by using electrical signals to communicate with team members. Don't really know how that works, but it says it's kind of like a radio, so they'll probably be back at base and then like send you like messages. Because I don't know how that's going to work. Honestly, we'll wait and see, but it's probably like another form of like telepathy, but just with like electricity. I honestly don't know, but it's interesting, and I do like Dedenne, and I'm glad they've included them in this game because I feel like, I don't know, it's just kind of being forgotten about, you know. It's just got no evolution, it's got nothing really going for it, but I'm glad to see it in the game. So anyway, let's move on to one of my favourite 6th generation Pokemon, Bunnelby. Now, Bunnelby is in charge of the underground missions, so hopefully there'll be some pretty interesting ones. And it digs holes with its ears, which we kind of know from its Pokédex entry. And that's all we know about Bunnelby, which was a bit disappointing because I thought that's literally no new information. But oh well, hopefully we'll get some new information soon on all these, you know, investigation, exploration team members. And we'll move on to the last team member, which is kind of the funniest, I guess, the most interesting in some sense, which is Swirlix. Now, Swirlix is the waiter for the exploration team, so he's the one who brings out the food. I'm not sure who cooks it, maybe Swirlix does. I wouldn't trust Swirlix because he actually has a really big appetite and he often steals bites of food before serving it out. So I can't imagine him being a chef too much because I think he'd just eat all the food. And for any team member that can't finish their meal, he thanks them so he can eat it. It's yeah, he's pretty creepy in that sense, but I'm sure there's going to be some good comedy elements there somewhere. And I'm so glad to see like the banquet, the buffets back from like Explorers of Time, Darkness, the Sky. We had that. That was one of my favourite scenes, and I'm really looking forward to eating with all these team members. I'm just looking forward to chilling with these guys. It's going to be so much fun. And guys, that's pretty much it for this video. So if you don't want to miss any more Super Mystery Dungeon videos, definitely hit that red button on screen or down below to subscribe to our channel. Growing like mad at the moment, so definitely a good time to join. And if you missed our last 2 previous videos, they're going to be on screen now. Top left is a new series we started that has gone down insanely well. This is called Pokemon Random Rumble. Basically what we do is randomly generate teams, and it's basically me versus my brother. I didn't know what he's got and he doesn't know what I've got. And then we have a battle, and whoever loses has to discard a shiny. It's so much fun, it was hilarious. It's probably my favourite video we've made, so definitely check that out if you love Pokemon battles. And on the right hand side, guys, another Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon video. This is over 100 new screenshots. This is quite a big update, so definitely check that out if you haven't seen it already. And guys, that is it. I hope you have an awesome day, and we will see you on our next video. Peace!